Hey, why was 6 afraid of 7? Why? 'Cause 7, 8, 9. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, and I have a very special guest with me here today, the Transformers Energon 6-Shot, who is a repaint of his twin brother, Shock Blast. Now, these old Unicron trilogy figures are very hard to come by, especially in mint condition, but I lucked out and I found him. So first I want to look at his packaging. Got a nice red box with a really nice image of 6-Shot right there in the corner. Electronic sounds. You hardly see that anymore with these figures. Power links, battles, clear plastic window. I really wish Hasbro would give us clear plastic windows again. And the old Transformers Energon logo, Unicron Trilogy font. I miss that font, I really do. And back here, we can see him in all three of his modes. Yes, he is a triple changer. That was one of the things that I loved about him. And on the side of the box here, you can see all the other figures that were available at the time. So lots of nostalgia right there. Now let's take a look at the main event. 6-Shot himself. He is a Cybertronian tank. His primary color is this hot mustard yellow, and he's got some nice purple there, some camouflage purple right there for his cannon. You got some more of it right here as well. And there is some gold right here in the circle of the cannon, right here as well as the treads. And he's got a very dark prune purple right here for what's going to become his feet. You see more of it right here on what will be his upper leg. And even right up here around his head, some more of that dark prune purple. Of course, he's got some clear plastic right there for his cannon and his missile. And right there for this chest. You know, honestly, this is a really nice color scheme. I actually think I like this a lot more than the traditional Shockwave purple. I really do love it. I dig it. Now, what you can do is you can angle the cannon at a 60, maybe 70 degree angle. Yeah, I believe so. About 60, maybe 70 degrees. The cannon itself can do a full 360. It's on a very, very tight ratchet. And you see this little sliding lever right here that activates his sound, and it launches the missile. Now, let's take a listen. This piece likes to come out. I don't know why. So that's his first electronic sound, and now when we launch the missile, we get a firing sound. Let me just plug that right back in. And inside that cannon, you can see some nice solar panel detailing. I love it. I mean, that just makes him look menacing and intimidating. You could display him just like this, and it looks amazing. Now, if you think his tank mode looks cool, just wait till you see him in his satellite mode. Remember, he is a triple changer. So now let's take a look at the satellite mode, and there goes the missile launching again. Get back here. Alright, so I always like to start out by rotating the cannon back 180. We're gonna have to slide these caterpillar treads. I always find it easier to first untab them and then slide them like so. It's very tight on mine. It doesn't like to cooperate with me, and of course it would do this to me on camera. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to rotate them out, angle them back up. Let me bring back the camera a bit. Oh, that's the most it'll go. Okay, then. I'll make do with what I've got. Okay, so bring this back up. Tab it into place. There we go. And now let's focus on the back. We are then going to untab the feet. And right here in the knees, you're going to tab these right into the caterpillar treads. So angle them out and then plug it right in, rotate it out, and plug it in. And then the feet will rotate back like so. Then we're going to bring up this cannon, revealing some more solar panel detailing. And then open up these panels here to reveal a lot more solar panels as well. More solar panels. More solar panels. And then bring out this landing gear. And there we go. There is Six Shot in his satellite mode. Now, I cannot stress how cool this looks. I mean, right off the bat, what captures my eye is the solar panel detailing. Take a look at it. Really nice, shiny, red, orange. I guess these here are lights. Not too sure. Maybe lasers? I don't know. But look at it. Nice and shiny solar panels. Even right here as well. And it looks even better when with the cannon activated. I keep forgetting this piece likes to pop out. But yeah, it looks even better with the cannon activated. That just completes the look right there. I swear, the solar panels really, quite literally, make him shine in this mode. I mean, I love it. I really have no complaints. Normally, with triple changers, there's always one mode in particular that suffers the most. But I think both modes work very well. Neither one suffers. He looks cool in satellite mode. He looks cool in tank mode. I have no complaints. I really do love it. I mean, I'm hoping that we get a Legacy United version of this figure. And I'm hoping they incorporate this into it because this is breathtaking. So now, let's get him into his robot mode. Let me put the missile back in. There we go. So first things first. Close up those panels, rotate them in, bring that down, bring up the landing gear, untab the knees from the treads, rotate the legs out, untab the knees from the treads, rotate the leg out, rotate the legs so that way they are facing forward, open up his feet, and bring back those heel spurs. Rotate the cannon off to the side, and then now let me erase the camera. Let me erase the camera. He looks like he's doing a somersault. Hey, cooperate. Bring up those caterpillar treads. Close them up. And then first untab them. And then we're going to rotate the upper assembly right here into place. There we go. Bring down the cannon. I always like to bring the arm forward so that way the cannon is keeping him propped upright. Bring out his arm. Rotate it down. Bring up his little antenna ears. Rotate his head forward. And then right over here, we are going to take the back assembly. Oh, I'm forgetting something. Slide the caterpillar treads down. Slide. They're very thick on mine. And then this whole thing is just going to tab right into place. Can't really see it because his hand is in the way. His arm is in the way. I swear I know the difference between arms and hands. There we go. All right, and there we have Energon Six Shot fully transformed into his robot mode. Let's raise the camera once again. There he is in his robot mode. Now, what do I have to say about this mode? I think he looks amazing. This was always one of my most favorite figures growing up. I mean, I always said that if I found Shock Blast or Six Shot once again, I would pick him back up because my old Shock Blast figure broke. And I'm glad that I finally found him because this figure is exquisite. He looks menacing, intimidating, just like Shock Blast or Shockwave should. Now let's take a look at the face details. So you can see, it is your typical Shockwave styled head with only a single eye, and he does have light piping. The eye glows very well, actually, it does. See? Very nice light piping. Focus. Focus, please. Focus. Yeah, and the only difference between... Come on. I don't know why the camera looks so angled. Anyhow, the only difference between this figure and Shockwave is the fact that G1 Shockwave had a more thick, diamond-shaped head. This one, his head looks a lot more elongated, so it kind of gives him a Star Wars battle droid kind of look, but I still love it. And he's got his antenna ears. I love calling them antenna ears. And of course, he still has his hot mustard color scheme with the clear orange here for the chest. Nice Decepticon symbol right there on his shoulders. And just all around, he looks super, super cool. Now, despite how much I do love this figure, there is one major issue that has me worried. So his upper torso, unfortunately, is very wobbly. And of course, this is due to the fact that there is no locking point for his torso. It just clicks into place, but there is no locking point. So that is one reason why it's so floppy. But the biggest issue is the fact that this pin right here, this pin right there in the hinge, this pin here, this tiny pin is bearing the entire weight of this humongous cannon, as well as his upper torso altogether, that it has me worried that over time, wear and tear is going to occur, and that could cause him to break, because that pin is very fragile. That plastic is very fragile. So to prevent him from breaking, I'm not going to transform him a lot. I want to keep him in good condition. I mean, I paid good money for him, of course. Now, articulation is also very limited. A lot of these figures did have limited articulation, but you could get some posability out of him. For example, he can look up, he can look forward, he can look all around. His arm can do a full 360. His other arm can as well. The ratchet joint on this one is much, much more tight. He has a little more range of movement in this arm. He can spin, it can go up and go down. He has an articulated thumb, so he can be like, why is my upper torso so wobbly? Why? Actually, he sounded more like this in the show. Why is my upper torso so wobbly? Why? I'm just messing around. But yeah, there's no articulation in the cannon other than the shoulder. If only this could have, rotated upward, rotated off to the side, maybe that would have alleviated a lot of that stress and pressure right here on the hinge because of how top heavy he is. The legs can kick forward, and he can kick back as well, pretty well. He's got about 90 degrees of bend at his knees. And as you can see, there is an ankle tiltage, but it doesn't really serve much of a purpose because, again, posability is limited. But still, you can get him in some cool battle poses. I mean, he can do the full split for transformation. And maybe you can get him in this cool battle pose to make him look like if he's firing his cannon. But that's about all you can do. Yeah. See, that doesn't look bad. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, lack of posability is mostly due to that cannon, but a lot of these old figures had a lack of posability. So, now for comparison, there's only one that really matters, and that is, oh, this is kind of painful to show. But here is my old Shock Blast figure. As you can see, he's broken in 3 pieces. He's been rusting in peace for quite a few years now, and this is what I was telling you guys about. I am really worried that this is going to happen to this, that hinge is going to break off, that fragile pin won't be able to bear all the weight of this cannon. I am worried about that. I am. Maybe if I was to remove the batteries from the cannon, that might alleviate some of the pressure too. I don't know. I won't be able to hear his electronic sound anymore, but that's one minor sacrifice to make for a long-lasting figure. I do want him to last a long time because, again, I paid good money for this. Now, I would say this is a Voyager class figure. Back in the day, the Transformers figures didn't really have a size classification, but I would say this is a Voyager for the time. Nowadays, this would be considered a leader. I'm not gonna lie, this would be a leader class today. But back then, definitely a Voyager. In 2004, he would have been about $25, maybe $30 here in the US. The vendor that I bought him from, he was selling him for $120. It was mint sealed, so I'm not surprised. But we negotiated and he sold him to me for 100. So I lucked out. Now, despite that issue with his waist and that hinge, this is still one of my most favorite figures, and I can't recommend him enough. If you intend to hunt him down, I wish you the best, and I hope you can find him. I mean, he's not perfect, but there's no such thing as the perfect action figure. If you love him, pick him up. I'll see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Till all are one.